Hello, in this video we're going to be talking about body language, focusing specifically on the idea of eye contact. Now that will be eye contact both online and in person. They're both very important indeed. A little bit about myself, my name is Joshua and I created this YouTube channel because I'm passionate about communications and public speaking. Now 15 years ago I used to be incredibly shy. And I've learned a few things about public speaking along the way, and I want to share those tips with you in the hope that it will help improve your communication skills. Do stay tuned. So let's begin firstly with the idea of online communication. And it's important to say that this is a bit of a strange one, wasn't it? So when we think about the pandemic and what life was like beforehand, when we were communicating online, it was mostly with family and friends on FaceTime or on Skype, but we weren't used to working online. And then suddenly we got plunged into working online, and everyone was having to do that. Now, when we compare that to the way that we conduct ourselves in day-to-day life, that's very, very different indeed. When you're thinking about your eye contact, the number one thing that you're wanting to remember is that the camera lens right here, that is reflective of what we perceive as the audience or the person that you're talking to. So when we think about day-to-day life and eye contact with people individually, this is how it feels online. Now, a lot of people that I see communicating online don't really tend to keep this in mind. There's a lot of wavering in the eye contact. So wavering eye contact online is particularly problematic because when we think about our screen online, we've got our torso, our shoulders and our face. So the size of our face is quite large on the screen, and anything that we do with our face or our body language, quite simply, is magnified. So if your eye contact is shifting, that's going to be something that we notice, and it sends a signal to us that, oh, this person is feeling a little bit nervous about speaking online. So the camera lens should be your main port of focus, but you shouldn't be staring into it for dear life. It's totally acceptable if occasionally you look up or think, or you really intentionally look away, and then you come back to that main port of focus. Now, it's important to say that eye contact up, eye contact side, that can work quite well. Eye contact down to the ground can be quite ineffective, I think, and again shows that perhaps you're not very comfortable with speaking online. So if at all possible, stop this wavering eye contact here, avoid eyes to the floor, and just remember that that camera lens is your main point of focus. You're also going to need to think about where your camera lens is, which is quite a frustrating thing, unfortunately, because normally on a computer, the camera lens tends to be above people's heads on Zoom. So when you're looking at Zoom and you're looking at people's faces and interacting with them on the computer screen, so my computer screen is just over there right now. If I'm to do everything on the computer screen, I'm sure you'd agree, it's quite a lot less engaging. So you're going to want to be very intentional about where you put the camera. For example, when I'm working online, I have a completely separate camera altogether, and I've trained myself that I know this is where my audience is, and peripherally in my vision I can see everyone's faces online. But I've got out of the habit now of looking at people's faces on the screen, which feels completely unnatural. It's a very unnatural way to communicate, and that is what's most difficult about online communication, is that sense of freedom and ease is stripped away, unfortunately. So that's at your own discretion. You'll need to think about whether you need to buy a new webcam, and I must say, after working with clients over this issue for such a long time, camera, background as well, it makes such a difference to online communication. So do take this seriously. Now let's move over to eye contact in real life. Now we haven't been doing this for a while, so maybe it's good to brush up for when things reopen, we go back to meeting people in office, just in person like normal. Now that might be a bit of a shock, so let's keep this in mind. It is our responsibility as good communicators to put the other person that we're talking to at ease. If you are an introverted person, then you will be feeling no doubt shy and awkward. I'd love you to shift this focus away from yourself and focus almost entirely on the person that you're communicating with. This is a really fantastic exercise because it helps us to get out of our own head. It takes away the whole ego. And also it just helps us remind us that we are communicators. What is the message that we're trying to tell people? And this begins with eye contact. Yes. So have you ever been in a situation where you've seen a really extroverted person that's really, really confident, they've got great body language, fantastic eye contact, and they're talking to someone that's quite shy? And what they'll do is they'll be very intense with their eye contact and say, "Oh, hi, how's it going? Yes, I hope you had a great weekend." And it's a complete and utter mismatch. The extroverted person is not understanding or reading the body language of the introverted person. And that is our job. We need to be tailoring our communication to suit the needs of the individual that we're speaking to. So if we are speaking to an extroverted person, we need to bring our A game, and we need to be present with our body, present with our eye contact, and be there just where that person is. So today I had my second COVID vaccination, and it's reminded me of the two doctors that have been giving me the vaccination. So the first doctor was a little bit shy, a little bit mundane and repetitive, but her eye contact was really, really wavering, and she didn't really feel comfortable talking to me and delivering this information. So what I then did was I tried to make her feel as comfortable as possible by not directly looking into her eyes and just giving relaxed body language. Now this morning for the second COVID jab, it was a completely different experience. The doctor was very friendly, had fantastic eye contact. That made me feel, as a patient, really relaxed, of course. And I then felt, okay, I can meet this person with great eye contact. And I felt I came away with a really good experience. So just remember that it's our responsibility to make the other person that we're speaking to, or the other group of people, really, really relaxed. Any extra brain power that is required for people that are listening to us speak or listen to us communicate can make people tired or bored. So I hope you enjoyed this video and it's given you some things to think about how to improve your eye contact with your audience. I should also say that I've been thinking about this for a long time, but I'm going to start offering some free practice hours each month. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I'm, first of all, very passionate about passing on how to improve communication skills. And second of all, I do realize that not everyone can afford to take private lessons. So if you are someone that is interested in maybe having or signing up for a free public speaking coaching, if you are someone that is in that financial need and not able to afford it, then do get in touch. You can write to me on my website www.thebritishconfidencecoach.com, or you can get in touch with me with Instagram. I'll put all of these details in the links in the show notes below, and do feel free to get in touch. I can't guarantee, obviously, that I'll be able to give a session to everyone. I have no idea how many people would be interested, but I think it's important to be able to pass these skills and ideas on to people in a one-on-one basis. YouTube is a great tool, but I love doing that individually. So do make sure you subscribe and like the video, and if you enjoyed it, leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts about eye contact. I'd really love to hear from you. My name is Joshua. Look forward to seeing you for many, many more videos, and see you next time. Bye.